Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming, tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, we're talking about Nintendo Switch emulation with Eden, and if you're a fan of Metroid, you might like this announcement. So this announcement is up on their Discord channel, and they say here, Metroid Prime 4 boots now and renders audio correctly. We made some mistakes on biquad filter V2 float when fixing audio for games compiled with the SDK20 a while back, and didn't adjust to the new audio structure. And it looks to be getting in-game. I don't know about you, but I'd say that's a big win for Eden. And speaking about cool stuff, next up we're talking about N64 Homebrew. And if you're interested in N64 Homebrew games, you may be interested in this YouTube video that just popped up. If you are, like everything we talk about, links are within the GitHub link in the bottom of the description below. I don't hide my sources. This video is titled Introducing the 6th N64brew Game Jam for Homebrew N64 Games, Charity Drive. The pot on this one starts at $100 and goes up from there. I mean, it's driven by donations, and I'm really curious to know how big the pot ends up getting. The winner chooses the charity for this to be donated to. The jam runs from December 1st to February 1st, with the theme being announced on December 8th. For even more information on this one, they have a Discord link in their description of that video. And scrolling down to the comments, and the first one here is basically echoing my thoughts. Looking forward to play all these new N64 games. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below, but I for one love game jams. Next up here, we're talking about Red Dead Redemption on mobile. Now we talked about this one in a previous video where it looked like the Android port of this game was not running near as well as an emulator. And it turns out after a whole lot of investigation and a lot of people commenting on that video because I was asking, it seems that the game is running very well on a bunch of different devices. And it's even running on a Snapdragon 6 Gen 1. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below, but I would argue here the game appears to be decently optimized. I mean, this phone only has 4 gigs of RAM, and look at it. Overall here, I don't really see an issue with it. It's $40 if you wanted to buy the game, and I guess free with a star beside it because Netflix does require a subscription. But either way here, this is pretty good, and I'm curious to know what other games end up making their way to mobile. I think it's about time that we see more AAA games moved over to mobile because mobile phones nowadays are pretty darn good. And speaking about pretty darn good, next up we're talking about CachyOS, one of my favorite Linux distributions. One of them, I have a bunch. Anyways here, CachyOS stands for Subscribe to Mr. Sujano, and for those who are unaware about it, it's designed to deliver lightning fast speeds and stability, ensuring a smooth and enjoyable computing experience every time you use it. Whether you're a seasoned Linux user or just starting out, CachyOS is the ideal choice for those looking for a powerful, customizable, and blazingly fast operating system. This one is based on Arch, and I would argue it's geared towards gamers, but it doesn't have to be used for that. So check out this post up on Discord, up on CachyOS's Discord. We have some massive news to share today. Framework, the company behind the modular and repairable laptop revolution, is now sponsoring CachyOS. For an open source project like ours, finding hardware partners who genuinely care about Linux is rare. Framework has not only provided us with a Framework Laptop 16 to help us optimize our kernel and packages on modern hardware, but they have also committed to a $250 monthly donation. While we are still a community-driven project, this contribution amounts to about 10% of our total monthly donations. Every bit of support like this helps stabilize our infrastructure and fuels our ultimate goal, eventually working on CachyOS full-time to bring you the fastest, most optimized Linux experience possible. I think this is amazing news. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below, but I find it fascinating that a very small team, making arguably not very much at all in comparison with something like Windows, can build an OS that rivals Windows in a number of different aspects. Again, let me know your thoughts about that in the comments below. Props to the CachyOS team, and I continue to wish them the best of success. I'm a big fan of this distro. And speaking about money and Discord, I mean, we just talked about an announcement on Discord. Next up here, we're talking about Grand Theft Auto Online and, well, in-game cash. And there's a brand new promotion up if you've got Discord and GTA Online that you may want to look into. If you don't mind, I guess, GTA really looking at what you're doing on Discord. There's a new online promotion that gets you 500,000 in-game for free, provided you link your Discord to GTA Online. Gamerant has you covered for the specific steps and even more details, so feel free to check out that article. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below for those who are still playing GTA Online. Are you still playing GTA Online? Do you pump money into it? Or do you utilize events like this to try to get as much as you can for absolutely free? Next up here, we're talking about Dreams. And if you're a fan of Dreams on the PlayStation 4 or PS5, you're going to like this news, provided you're also a fan of Banjo Kazooie. I could be wrong here, but I've got a hunch that this will make people go out and buy Dreams for the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. There's a brand new video on YouTube highlighting this thing. It's called Banjo Kazooie Mumbomania. And the launch trailer is, I think, absolutely amazing. I mean, the music, the gameplay, everything looks really, really good. There's a real good write-up about this one up on timeextension.com that I would recommend checking out. It's being reported that this thing took 14 months and over 800 hours of work in order to complete. In this game, there's over 30 jiggies to collect, which is much more than 10 from the base game. And even former Rare staff have taken note and appreciated it. Grant Kirkhope says, well, right here, I almost shed a tear. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below, but I would argue that Dreams is going to pick up in sales because of stuff like this. I mean, this to me is absolutely incredible. Next up here, we're quickly talking about Sega Saturn emulation on Android with Yaba Sanshiro. And Yaba Sanshiro just got a brand new update here and introduced BIOS support. And speaking about announcements and quick heads ups, next up we're talking about Netflix, and holy smokes. Netflix has agreed to buy Warner Brothers, including game developers behind Mortal Kombat and Hogwarts Legacy. The full article is up on VGC, and I think there's an article up on Bloomberg as well. But listen to this. After weeks of bidding from companies including Comcast and Paramount Skydance, the pair announced a deal worth $82.7 billion in enterprise value on Friday. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below. From my understanding here, the deal will take a while to go through, and before we see any changes, it's probably going to be a number of months. I am really curious to see where this deal goes and what ends up as a result of this deal. I'm wondering if Netflix is going to try to bring more games to mobile. Are they going to try to fuel more series here? I really don't know at this point. There's a whole lot of speculation out there, though, and I'm really curious. And as for my 2 cents on the matter, I would say that Microsoft should be taking note. I mean, with this Steam machine arguably challenging the Xbox, and now Netflix here acquiring Warner Brothers and all of this stuff, maybe looking at adding stuff to free-to-play with Netflix, which may challenge something like Game Pass. Microsoft should really be looking at the overall industry. Let me know your thoughts on that one too. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and the legendary One Fluff, who I had to wake up out of a deep slumber to make an appearance on this video. We talked about a bunch today. Feel free to discuss anything we talked about in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate. Save your state.